guys, today I have a video that I have been meaning to film for so long. So I have had a list on my phone of beauty community pet peeves for such a long time now, and I never felt like my list was long enough, but right now I'm like, my list is so long that I need to get to filming this because otherwise it might end up being a two-parter. This still might end up being a two-parter. So I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but I think we should just get into it. So just before we start, if you get offended by anything that I say in this video, I'm sorry, but these are just my opinions and I understand that you might have different opinions than me and things that bother me might not bother you. So, you know, we're all human, we all have different opinions. I feel like I shouldn't have to make a disclaimer, but I'm going to do so anyway. If you do any of the things that I mentioned that I don't like, it's nothing personal. Like I said, it's just my opinions, and I still probably like you a lot as a person, and I might even watch your channel. I might even be subscribed to you, and if you do any of these things and that annoys me, I'm so sorry, but I still love you. Alright, so just before we get into this, I'm so sorry if you can hear sounds outside because there's so much going on right now, and also I haven't gotten my nails done in like a month and they look absolutely atrocious, and I haven't washed my hair in like 4 days, so if it's looking a little bit greasy, I'm so sorry. Also, I have a pimple on my cheek here that, you know, I did try to cover it up for you guys because I didn't want you guys to keep looking at it this whole time. I hope you know where I'm going at with this because I can't stand when people have to apologize for every single thing. I mean, most of the things that people apologize for are human. You know what? If you apologize for having a pimple on your face, you having a pimple on your face actually makes me feel better about my skin. So there's no need for you to apologize for that. And also, I understand if you haven't gotten your nails done in a week or however long it's been. I really don't give. And also, you apologizing for something is going to make it so much more obvious, and it's going to make me focus on the thing that you apologize for the next 20 minutes of your video. Because if you hadn't said anything, I probably wouldn't even have noticed. And I don't know, I feel like maybe it's just bigger YouTubers who do this a lot. I see it with smaller YouTubers too, but I feel like maybe if you're a bigger YouTuber, you have a lot more comments coming at you for the small little things that you didn't apologize for, so maybe they feel like they have to apologize to kind of beat them to it. I don't really know, but personally, I really try my best to not apologize in my videos because honestly, the things that people apologize for is a choice that they have made. It's something that they just haven't prioritized, which is totally okay. But if you are not making time to do the things that you are apologizing for, I don't think you're actually sorry because then you would have done it. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's so stupid that we feel like we have to apologize for every single thing that could be wrong in our videos or with ourselves when there's nothing wrong with us. We are fine just the way we are, and I feel like people just need to stop. It's okay, I promise. Something else that really annoys me in videos is when intros are way too long. Okay, so it depends on the video. If you are doing a review with a product, I really don't want you to be talking about what you did this weekend with your husband. I really don't. I clicked on this video for a product review. If you're going to talk about shit that's happening in your real life, can you please keep it to a get ready with me or something? Can we just stick to the theme? And also talking about long intros. Again, it depends on the video, but if you are talking about a specific product, I don't really need the whole video to be about you unboxing the product. Usually what I want in a product review is I want to see how the product applies. I want to hear your opinions about the product. I don't really need you to read all the facts about the product before you actually get into testing out the product. That could just be me, but too much information is just overwhelming to me, and I don't really care about the nitpicky stuff about the product. So I wish that people who had super long intros with unboxings and reading everything and saying the price and saying where it's made and saying what is in it, it's just a little bit too much sometimes, and I wish that they would just put a timestamp on the screen for when you can skip ahead to where they actually start applying the product, because that is what I want to see. And also with long intros, something else that really annoys me, and I honestly see this more in very small channels, which I find kind of strange, but that is when they have their custom-made intro before they even get into doing anything, and then the whole intro is 30 seconds of them showing a collage with looks that they have done. I'm just I'm not going to sit through 30 seconds of every single one of your video before you even get into the video. Just looking at selfies of you, I don't care. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are wasting 30 seconds of my day showing the looks that you have done? I don't care about that. I just want to care about what is in your video. I just want to see your video. Can we keep these fancy intros with shit going across the screen and lighting and music to under 5 seconds, please? because it's honestly made me not watch someone's video many times. I've literally clicked out of videos because the intro was 10 seconds. So I think I'm just going to be kind of jumping back and forth between like Instagram and YouTube, because these are like beauty communities, so I feel like the Instagram community is also part of the beauty community, obviously, so I definitely have some Instagram pet peeves as well, so I want to kind of just jump back and forth between Instagram and YouTube. So let's go over to one of the Instagram pet peeves that I have, and this is one that might annoy some people, but I follow a lot of accounts that will only post like makeup pictures on their feed, because those are the kind of accounts that I care about. I don't care about accounts that are like personal accounts and makeup accounts and like everything into one. Like I want it to be kind of niche down, because I only really care about the makeup part unless I know the person. So it really annoys me when people have nothing but makeup pictures on their feed, but then on their stories they would like story about their kids and about their pets and about like their daily lives, and they're treating the stories as a vlog. It's like, that is not why I followed you. Like if you want to share about your personal life, can you please have a personal Instagram account? Because it's so annoying, because it makes me want to unfollow someone even if they have really awesome pictures. But since I go mostly on the stories on Instagram, like that is not what I want to see, you know? Like I want to stick to makeup content for the most part. Like I said, unless I know the person, then I care about their personal lives. But I don't care about anybody's personal life unless I know them. That might sound harsh, probably just me. Maybe I'm insensitive, I don't know, but for the most part, like I follow people for the makeup because they have a makeup account. So can we just keep it to the makeup? I don't care about your kids. I really don't. Like pets are cute, but your kids, nah. So the next thing about Instagram that really annoys me, this is more on like the brand side, and that is when brands will have a palette, not this palette in particular, but just any palette, but this is what I use today, and they will kind of go like this and like swatch some of the shadows, and then all they do is like show you the finger swatches, and they're like, ooh, look how pigmented our shadows are, and they don't even swatch it on anything. It's like, yeah, of course they're going to look super pigmented on your fingers, like duh, and that makes me think that the shadows probably don't swatch very good. And I have so many pet peeves when it comes to swatches, and I also hate when people swatch and then they show the swatches only with flash. Because the thing is, when you show only with flash, like the colors are going to look so much different, and you're also going to be seeing so much more dimension when you have a flash pointing on your swatches than if you just show the swatches in daylight. I don't mind that if they do both, but if they only show it with flash at all times, like it's so deceptive, because your shadows are never going to look like that on your eyes, so it's just like very deceiving. And I find that so many brands do so many deceiving things to swatches, and it makes me not want to buy them. Like I have started being so picky when I look at the swatches that brands have done, and I try to really think about, why did they swatch the palette the way they did? Are they trying to hide something? Is the pigmentation maybe not that great? Have they swatched it on top of a primer or anything like that? I mean, obviously you can't really see that, but sometimes when you see people like swatch them, actually swatch the shadows, you can tell if the swatches are looking almost too good to be true. And that usually means that they have swatched it on top of a primer, on top of a glitter glue or something like that. And I understand that you do use primers on your eyes, but at the same time, the shadows don't apply the same on the eyes as they do, you know, with the finger really pressing it over your skin on top of a primer. Like it's just a completely different application. And I feel like finger swatches just on a dry arm are going to be a lot more representative of how the swatches are actually going to be on your eyes. That could be an unpopular opinion, I'm not really sure, but just like all these brands trying to manipulate their swatches to look better than they are, it's really annoying. But I also understand it, because I mean there is so much competition that if one brand starts to do that, the other ones kind of have to follow along to have a chance at making it or having people want to buy their products. So I don't know, it's just like a vicious circle. I feel like it's something that nobody can really get out of, because once it's started you have to kind of go with the flow and do what everyone else is doing to have a chance of standing out. So it's kind of a shame, but it's really annoying. And I don't know, I've just had some really bad swatch experiences from just looking at Instagram and then swatching them myself and being like, are you kidding me right now? You know, that is just not okay. So let's talk about drama. Drama is something that sometimes it's needed because there are things going on in the community that needs to be shed light on, and I totally get that. But what annoys me the most about drama is when channels who don't really have anything to do with drama for the most part take advantage of the drama and make videos about the drama just to get the views. And I feel like that is so sketchy, and it's not okay. If you're a drama channel, fine. But if you're going to put James Charles in your thumbnail and not really have anything to do with James Charles in your video, like that is just taking it too far. Like, don't take advantage of someone else's downfall just to build yourself up. Like, I don't think that's okay. I think it's just, there's so much of that going on right now. Maybe not like right now, but a week ago, I saw it all the time. I even saw channels that I follow that made videos about the drama that never talk about drama whatsoever. And it just seems like so like fishy, and they're only doing it to get views because they know it's a popular subject. I feel like there could probably be a way to like make this into something fun and not have it actually be about the drama, but I don't even know where I'm really going with this. It just really annoys me when people take advantage of drama for their own good. Am I making any sense? Am I the only one who feels like this? Because I really get annoyed by that. And I feel like I want people to stop doing that. Like, can you just stay in your own lane? Don't get involved in the drama if it has nothing to do with you. Just leave it to the people who are involved and let them take care of it. And this is how shit just gets way out of hand too. And that is totally what happened with the whole James and Tati drama. And I feel like there were so many people talking about it that should not be talking about it, and that a lot of the things that were going on were between Tati and James. Yes, they did make it public, but when people are starting to speculate and like coming up with rumors and just they talk about shit they don't know anything about, and that really annoys me. It's like you can't know the whole situation about the story, even if 20 drama channels made videos about it. You don't know what was going on behind the scenes, so who are you to make a conclusion on who's right and who's wrong? Drama channels are completely fine because all they are doing are stating the facts and whatever has been actually told on the internet. But when personal people like start trying to figure out what is right and what is wrong but they don't have the whole story, like, can you just stay out of this? Like, this is none of your business. Like, stop doing it for the views, please. So the next thing is something that actually kind of, I wouldn't say it hurt my feelings, but it was a little bit just unnecessary. So when I did my 10 looks, 10 palettes using my Juvia's Place palettes, I'll link that in the corner if you haven't seen that, but basically I did like a voiceover and I would say the names of the shadows that I was using in my looks, and a lot of people got so freaking upset that I mispronounced some of the names, and they started giving me a history lesson about like everything that happened in Egypt, about like African this, African that, and like, you know what, I'm not going to do research on every single name and every single palette to make sure that I know how a word is pronounced. Do you know what my channel is about? My channel is about makeup. It's not about history. Yes, I could probably be more informed. You know what? I sucked at school. My memory is awful. I am sorry that I don't know everything that happened about the African culture and whatever else the names of the Juvia's Place palette shadows are. Like, I am sorry. I'm really sorry, but like, I'm still not going to sit down on my computer for 2 hours and do research before I do a voiceover to a makeup tutorial. So please, don't be mad if I mispronounce a name. It's not that deep. Can we just, it's not that important. It's just an eyeshadow. Okay, so the next thing on my list is actually something that sort of made me a little bit sad, because at the start of the year, everybody and their mother was going on a no buy or a low buy. And it really sucks because a lot of the channels that I watch, that I really love to watch, their whole channel became a no buy channel or a low buy channel. And don't get me wrong, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being on a no buy or a low buy, but when your whole channel becomes about your low buy and your no buy, it's so boring. Honestly, like, I feel like if I were to have a no buy year, my whole channel wouldn't be about me not buying makeup. It would be about me doing interesting things with the makeup that I have and showing how creative you can be, coming up with new video ideas that other people who aren't on no buys weren't doing. It's such a good opportunity to really like bring out your creativity and do something different. But when all you're doing is having monthly updates about the shit that you didn't buy, and then you're doing will I buy it videos where you're anti-hauling everything because you're on a no buy, and all you can talk about is your freaking no buy or low buy. I'm just so over it. And if you are someone that I used to watch a lot and you're on a no buy, can you please start making videos that were fun again? I want to watch your videos, I really do, but I'm not going to be watching your videos if all you talk about is the makeup you didn't buy. So this next thing I feel like is something that has been going on a lot this year, and that is people thinking that brands will steal ideas from other brands. So let's say Jeffree Star comes out with a blue palette, and then another brand comes out with a blue palette like a month after, and then everyone's like, oh my god, they copied Jeffree Star. No, they didn't copy Jeffree Star. They probably had this palette planned like a year ago, and they just got unlucky that Jeffree Star released his palette before you did. I don't know, I just feel like everybody knows this, but makeup takes a long time to make, unless you're in ColourPop, I guess. But for the most part, like a lot of the bigger brands will take years to come out with their concepts for the new palettes or whatever it is that they are making. And going from like the concept to actually making the products and manufacturing everything takes a long time. So just because a brand comes out with something that is very similar to what another brand has just released doesn't mean that they copied. It actually probably means the opposite, that they didn't copy it at all and they just got unlucky. Both brands got unlucky because someone released the same thing at the same time, you know what I mean? So just stop blaming brands for like stealing ideas. And also, like, everything has been done by now, you know? Like, eventually things are going to come out that are going to look similar to something else because the market is just so oversaturated. There are so many makeup products on the market that if I were to come out with anything, it would probably look similar to something that already exists just because there is so much makeup out there. It's really, really hard to like stand out and do something completely different. Do you know what I mean? So we need to just kind of take it a bit easier on brands. I feel like, you know, it's probably not their fault if they come out with something similar to someone else. So the next thing on my list is something that will probably make me not want to subscribe to a channel if I'm being honest, and that is so petty, but that is when people can't stop looking at the viewfinder. Like, I'm looking at the viewfinder right now and I'm talking to myself instead of talking to you, and when I'm talking to the viewfinder, I don't feel like you guys probably feel like I have like that connection, and if I don't have a connection with the people that I'm watching, and if I can't feel like I want to be their friends, and if I don't feel like they are talking to me, then I don't feel very invested in the video. And it's such a petty little thing, but it makes such a difference in how your energy comes across and how your presence is on camera. If you cannot look at the camera, I don't think a lot of people are going to watch you. And this happens to so many people, and mostly smaller channels, don't get me wrong, but I see people who's made 100 videos and they are still looking at the viewfinder. Like, I'm sorry, like, it does not take you 100 videos. It should not take you 100 videos to stop looking at the viewfinder. Like, please, just make it a point to yourself, start looking at the camera, because a lot of people are going to be so much happier about your channel, and they might even subscribe even if they didn't before because you started looking at a camera. I swear, it makes such a big difference. So if you're not already doing that, please start looking at the camera, because I probably won't subscribe to you otherwise or watch your videos. I have a good one. Actually, I have two good ones. So let's start with this one. So this is probably not a good one for you, but I hate when people start a video with one of their eyes done. Again, this is such a petty little thing, but for me, when I watch a tutorial, I want to see the whole look being created from scratch. I don't want to see like one eye done, because then I already know what the look looks like, and I feel like I don't really need to watch the tutorial. For me, when I watch tutorials, I want tutorials to be like the excitement of like being along for the ride. Does that make sense? Like, I want to see everything kind of come together, and if one of the eyes are already done, I don't feel that way. I just don't. Like, I feel like, okay, well, I might as well just click out now because I know what the look is going to look like, and I've been staring at this other eye for 5 minutes while you're doing this eye. And it's just not the way that I like to watch tutorials. I understand that some people maybe want to like play around with the shadows first and figure out how their look is really going to be before they come on camera and show how it's done. But I like watching tutorials where people don't really know what they're doing and they're kind of just like going with the flow and taking it as it goes. Like, that to me is way more exciting because I get to be part of the thought process of actually creating the eye look instead of just seeing the eye look all complete and then having them recreated. For me, that is two completely different things, and I hate watching videos that start with one eye done. I can't do it. I click out most of the time. And so speaking of tutorials, when people do tutorials, one thing that really annoys me is that, let's say they have a palette. I know I keep using this as an example, but it's just in front of me. So maybe I want to, like, you know, use the purple. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use Farid now, and I'm going to go in with Farid in my crease. And then they don't actually show you the color. They just say the name of the color. And like, what if I don't have the palette and I don't know what that color looks like? You know, like, I don't want you to say the names. I would rather you point at the shadow so I can see what the shadow looks like, because you telling me the name of the shadow without actually showing me what the shadow looks like is not very helpful. Like, that doesn't really do anything for me. And also, if I get to see the color like in the palette before you put it on the eyes, I can see how different it is in the palette and on the eyes. So it really annoys me when people only say the names of the shadows that they're using, just assuming that people have the same palette. And even if people have the same palette and you're saying the names, people probably don't have that palette in front of them and they can't just like sit down and look at it. So saying the names is kind of like saying I'm going to use shadow number blah 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 blah. You know, because I don't remember the names of the shadows in my palettes at all. I would rather you just say I'm using the dark blue in the palette, because that is just so much more descriptive than you saying the name without showing it to me. Okay, so something else that really annoys me. I feel like I'm doing nothing but complaining in this video, but I kind of love it. So something else that annoys me is when people will either take forever to swatch something and they will be like, okay, we're gonna swatch this palette now. So first I'm going to swatch Nawab, and Nawab looks like this. And then I'm gonna go into Hussein and I'm going to swatch Hussein as well. And Hussein is just a beautiful kind of dark blue. And then we're also going to swatch this one, which is called Akib. This is another blue that did not swatch very well. And then they literally will do that with the whole freaking palette, and it's got like 18 shades in it, and then the swatches take 20 minutes. I don't want to see you swatch a palette for 20 minutes. Like, if you're going to swatch for that long, can you please just make it like a swatch party video, and then people who like to watch swatches can watch it? Because I don't like watching people actually swatch the shadows. Like, it's fine if you're speeding it up and you're doing it pretty quick. Like, I don't even care what the names of the shadows are called. I honestly just want to see how they swatch, and that's it. And I also don't like when people have swatched the palette like off camera and then they will only show you the swatches, because that also doesn't tell me really anything, because I didn't get to see like how you swatched it. Did you swatch it on top of something? Did you build up the swatches? The swatches doesn't tell me anything if I don't get to see you actually swatch it. So I guess what I'm saying here, if you're going to swatch it, can you please keep it short and actually show you swatching the palette, because that is so much more helpful than anything else. Okay, so we are actually getting to the bottom of this, which is good, because I was worried I was going to have to make this a two-parter, but I think I should be able to get through this pretty well. So the next thing that annoys me is when smaller channels don't reply to comments. And I understand a lot of people don't have time to actually reply to comments, but if I have been watching someone for a week and I've replied to maybe like 5 of their videos and I never get a response back, then I just feel like they don't even care that I watched their videos. Like, they don't care about their subscribers. They don't care enough to even heart my comment. Like, sometimes it also annoys me if I make like a really long comment to someone and it is a smaller channel and maybe they get like 30 comments on all of their videos and then all I do is heart my comment. Like, did my comment mean nothing to you? Can't you take like 2 minutes out of your day to write like a reply to my comment if I really like poured my heart and soul into it? Like, I don't know, I just feel sad and offended. Like, I want to be connected to the people that I watch, and that is why I try so hard to always reply to all of my comments. Like, yeah, sometimes I'm a day or two late, but I still always get back to the people who reply to me, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't enjoy it, and I probably wouldn't enjoy it if I didn't have the kind of interaction that I have on my channel. Like, for me, part of being on YouTube is interacting with people. It's not just about me sitting in front of the camera and talking to the camera and making videos and like focusing on the numbers, because the numbers really don't mean that much. Like, to me, the numbers that are the most important to me is like the engagement that I get on my videos, because that is how I know if people like my content or not. And if I'm getting a lot of comments on videos, that makes me so happy, and obviously it makes me want to reply to the comments. Because if someone has taken time out of their day to write me something, I feel like the least I can do is get back to them, because they deserve it for actually watching a whole video of mine. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's so disrespectful to not get back to people. And there are some people that I watch that I've commented on. I don't want to mention names, but this is a pretty big channel and I really like her. I think she is super sweet, but she never replies to any comments ever, and it's made me not want to comment anymore. Like, I've literally stopped replying or commenting on her videos because I know she's never going to respond. Like, how do I even know if she's reading my comments? Like, it feels like such a waste of my day to actually leave a comment on someone's channel when I know that they're never going to reply. And I feel that way about quite a few channels actually, you know? So, and this goes for like the smaller channels. Like, I get it, if you have like 100,000 subscribers, you're not going to be able to reply to comments, and you're probably not even going to be having enough time to heart comments. But if you have like, I don't know, 20,000 subscribers or less, I feel like the least you can do is just heart your comments and then sometimes get back to people, you know? It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. And the last thing that I want to talk about, this actually goes for both YouTube and Instagram, and this is clickbait videos, thumbnails, titles. Whenever you are deceiving your audience and using something so crazy in the title or your thumbnail, but you're not delivering within your video, and this goes, like I said, for Instagram as well. Have you ever seen those like Instagram videos where people have like a needle in their eye and it looks like their eye is bleeding, and then when you click on the video, it'll just be like a regular makeup tutorial? It's like, dude, really? Like, why did you have to do that? Like, that is just, it's not okay. Like, I know by now to not click on those videos, but some of them are just like, so they pull you in so much, and then when you click on the video, you just get so disappointed, and I hate feeling that way. I hate feeling fooled, you know? I hate feeling like an idiot for actually clicking on a video like that, because I should know better. And I hate it even more on YouTube when people use these crazy freaking thumbnails and like, saying, holy shit, is this the worst concealer in the world? And then it actually turns out to be like, just okay. And they didn't even really have an opinion on it. They just wanted to put that in the thumbnail because they wanted to get clicks on it. And I feel like there's a right way and a wrong way to do a clickbait thumbnail, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like there are ways that you can make a thumbnail intriguing but still have it actually be what is in your video. Like, don't pretend like you're talking about something else, or that a product is so bad or it's the best thing in the world when in your video it's not. Like, just be a little bit more true, I guess, to what your actual content is, because it really annoys me when people use clickbait. I get it, we're all fighting for the same views, it's important, your thumbnails are important and all of that, but at the same time, you don't really want to deceive your audience that are watching you, that trust you, and then they come to your videos, and even new people who will come to your videos, because those are especially the people that will click on those videos because they saw the thumbnail and they're like, oh my god, is this product really that bad? Like, I need to watch that. And then, like, I get really angry when that happens, honestly. Like, I will thumbs down videos when people use clickbait that is not actually relevant to the video, because it just really annoys me. And there's no way I'm going to subscribe to someone like that either, even though I'm sure a lot of people do, and the people who do those kind of thumbnails usually have a lot of subscribers. So maybe that's what I need to do. Is that what I need to do to get more subscribers? Do I need to just make like freaking clickbait thumbnails that has nothing to do with the video? Let me know down below if that is something you think I should be doing, because I just don't think I have it in me. I tried to make my thumbnails like cool and quirky and fun, but I don't think I could ever lie in my thumbnail. That's just not who I am. So I think that is going to be all of my makeup community pet peeves for now anyway. I'm gonna start a new list as soon as I'm done with this. Might take a year until the next video, but I had a lot of fun filming this, so let me know if you feel the same way about a lot of things that I said in this video. Also, let me know if you disagree and why you disagree. I would love to know. I understand a lot of people aren't going to agree with everything that I said in this video, and it's all personal opinions, and this is coming from someone who is a content creator, so I feel like my opinions might be different than someone who is just a viewer. I don't know. Let me know down below, and I hope you enjoyed this video and it wasn't too offensive, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching as always. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I will see you in my next one. Bye.